So I just want to say before we even get started, can the birthday girl y'all so much. We all do, especially for the girls. Back there and the husband, but we really, really appreciate it. All right, listen, before we get going with some icebreakers, I want to do something a little bit different today because we gotta like loosen you up just a little bit. I feel like y'all, the heat's getting to you, a little stiff. Everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. One mic. Duncan, you really not gonna stand up? Now sit back down. Come on, while we're going somewhere, we're gonna start hard for you. Why are you guys complaining? Where's my other mic at? Hold me down to the mic. What do you think we're gonna do? Come on, y'all want to sign in? What did you guys think we were gonna do? Raise your hand. Both of you that were signing in, like, oh, what were we gonna do? Okay, so Nando, we're right over here. Where'd you go, Molly? Oh, go ahead, Miss P. Thank you. What did you think we were gonna do? I thought we were gonna walk and talk to each other. Okay, and did that bother you? No. You were cool with it, okay? Right over here. Same thing. Okay? Who was annoyed with what we thought we were getting ready to do? Raise your hand. Well, not me. Okay, great. So everybody stand up. Go!
Make us sit back.
Can we have the other mics turned off, please? Can we turn the other mics off, please? Lights off? One mic, everybody, one mic. I want everybody standing up. Why do I see bodies sitting down? Let me tell you, the greatest lesson is that you need people in order to get to the next level. You have to learn how to build relationships if you are going to step to your next level. Whether it's a promotion in a job, whether it's corporate America, whether it's meeting your future spouse or whatnot, relationships matter. You don't know who in this room is your next senator, your next legislator, your next president. You don't know who in this room is your next millionaire. You do not know who is in this room and the potential that they will be bringing forth community one mic. Thank you. So I want us to get out. Can you please stand up? Because our attitude and our mindset. Our attitude and our mindsets matter. And I want to be very clear that this is not just something that is like, oh, this is so fun, hee hee ha ha. This is an opportunity for you guys to get outside of your comfort zone, learn how to make relationships in a safe environment, because once you get out in the real world, guess what? You're gonna have to, if you have no practice, you might be missing out on a lot of great opportunities. There's some powerful key people in this room that you know not of. Let's see if you get to meet them. I want everybody to go and introduce yourself to 2 or 3 people that you do not know. And everybody to go and introduce yourself to people. Alright, y'all. On our way to our seat. Excellent job, y'all. Don't worry, the party will continue. Excellent job, y'all. Let's make our way back to our seats. Excellent Gentlemen and ladies on the wall, seat please. Mr. Chris, how does it go?
Come on, let's settle in, let's settle in. Let's settle in. Let's settle in.
All right, guys, one mic. Bring it back in now. One mic, one mic. All right, I feel a little bit better. I'm so proud of y'all. Can we just give yourselves a round of applause? I think I just put a little message that I would like to know. How many of you absolutely can't stand still to this day that exercise? Raise your hand. One, stand up. Two, stand up. Come here. Okay, come. All right, guys, one mic. Here at TAG, it's a safe space, and we don't expect everyone to always agree. All right, y'all. But we don't expect everyone to always, be so excited for all the things that we do. But it's important that in this safe space, we're able to have an open dialogue as to what our differences are, right? So, ladies, stand up. I gotta see you guys stand. I'm gonna start right here, and this is open. I just want to share, and I want to have an understanding as to your thoughts on the exercise that we did. For those of you that just walked in, we asked everyone to stand up and to introduce yourself to someone that you do not know. So, I'm gonna start right over here. I didn't like that. Great, good point. Why? I don't know. I like getting up and talking. Okay. I said I'm introverted. I don't like getting up and talking to you. Okay.
Let me ask you a question. Are you still in school?
Yes.
What year are you in?
Last year.
Senior. Are you planning on going to college? I can't hear you.
Yes.
Okay, and what are you planning on pursuing in college?
I don't know yet.
You don't know. Do you know what college you plan on going to? Or you want to attend?
NYU.
NYU. Well, first, let's give a hand. Let's give a hand for that. But I want to say this to you. I want to encourage you. Can I get one mic, please? I want to encourage you because the things that you learn here is going to help you next year when you pursue whatever college you get into. Because when you go into college, you can't be an introvert. Because if you go to college and you don't practice communication skills, if you don't interact with individuals in college, I guarantee you 100% you won't make it. Because that level is all about engagement. That level is all about networking. That level is all about communication. Whether you're talking to your professors, you're talking to other students, asking for help, asking for counsel, asking for advice. Believe you're up. You're standing. Good segment. Tell me what is your experience in college? What year you in? Okay, tell me what your first year experience in college was. Come get this mic. So let's talk about the real world.
I say for me, like freshman year, I feel like when you first go into college, like academics is important, but it really is networking. Like your classes, teachers, all that stuff, like finding out exactly like how your teacher's temperament is, exactly how courses are gonna go, how campus life is. You're only gonna find that out by talking to people. I mean, like obviously you can go ahead and like live that, but like sometimes I've seen it like firsthand. People like go ahead and like think that they're ready for that college life freshman year. They take everything all on at once and like they burn out very quick. And that's a big thing in college. Like if you burn out, you're not gonna cut it. So you have to make sure like you have like a good like social system, like friends and stuff like that your freshman year, and you're also making connections. Because as I said, one part of college is like academics, but in order for you to actually get the experience from academics, you have to like network. My freshman year, I managed to like find like a good like group of like friends that like make sure to hold me accountable for my work and make sure that I hold them accountable as well. I mean, like they were upperclassmen, so I mean they graduated afterwards, but like I still had all the laws that they taught me. So yeah, like you have to make sure like you find like your person fresh like first week going. Like make sure you're talking to your professors because nobody's gonna hold your hand like it is in like middle school. Like those people like tell us that, but it's actually really true. Like professors genuinely they do care about like the classes and like that, but they're not gonna like hold your hand and chase you down for work and stuff like that. You don't submit, you don't submit. Sometimes you get the nice ones that like probably like you know give you or throw you like a little voucher away to see that, but that's not all of them. So you have to really make sure you're on top of yourself and keep yourself accountable. And like another thing with college is like realistically you have to be accountable for yourself. You can't do that without doing college.
See you.
Because when we talk about doing certain exercises, we just don't do it just because. First of all, we know right off the bat that it's uncomfortable for you because we realize that most of you won't do anything outside of your comfort zone. We are creatures of habit. If we're not comfortable with something, we won't pursue something. If we're not comfortable with something, we won't engage in something. And especially when it comes to people, if you don't know somebody, you don't talk to them, you don't ask questions, you don't engage in them, or just get to know them. But that's not a skill that you need to be proficient in if you plan on reaching goals and reaching your dreams in life. Because in life, real life, moving to this next level out of high school, middle school, going into the real world, the workplace, into college or into a career, you're going to have to engage with other people. You're going to have to interact with other people. And the boss on the job is not going to take the fact that you're not doing your job or you're not communicating with them just because you're an introvert and you're shy. Because the first thing they're going to do is get rid of you and find somebody else that knows how to communicate what they're looking to do. Real brief, what year you in?
Oh, I'm in my 5th year technically, so I'm graduating next spring.
Let's get back.
I went to
In East Harlem. What school you go to now?
I go to a small school in SUNY Plattsburgh, in Plattsburgh, New York, towards Montreal, Canada.
Tell me about, okay,
My first year was basically when they allowed people into colleges. COVID, I was very depressed. I thought I was going to be completely fine because I was going to be away from the city. I didn't want to be in the city for college. But when life really started to kick in, I took advantage of the fact that everything was on Zoom. I didn't want to go in person. I almost failed my classes. I almost failed my classes. because I was depressed and I didn't want to. I was always on Zoom, so I didn't want to leave my bed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you hear that?
Huh?
No, I'm saying, you told your story, you almost fell depressed.
Yeah, and also it was because I thought I wanted to go into biomedical science to be a doctor because all my parents were kind of expecting that. My mom is still in the medical field. Everybody in my family wanted to do something in the medical field. They didn't get the opportunity, so I thought it should have been upon me to take that up. But it took me a whole year later to realize I didn't want to do that, and I switched my major at the end of freshman year to a double major in communication studies and creative writing to potentially pursue being an editor or a screenwriter or a book writer. I think it is very, very necessary. I'm not gonna lie. I'm someone who can be an introvert. I actually do not like talking to people. Jenny may not believe that, but I don't like talking to people. But I'm very social, and it is very. The thing is, you can be an introvert all you want, but you gotta have to prepare yourself to have a conversation with someone. Because you never know who you're gonna meet. You never know the opportunities you're gonna get. You never know what friends are gonna make, or you end up being in a club that you never thought you were ever gonna be in, but enjoy it, and you know.
Part of life, y'all, is that things might not always be working. So you're liking, this irritates the heck out of me. But what if I just stood here and just like dropped the mic and I'm like, this is ridiculous. We're not gonna do this. We gotta wait until we have tag, or do we have a mic because I don't want to yell, right? Like, it's annoying, but if we allow that to stop us, we can't keep the show moving forward, right? It's really important. The reason why I asked you ladies who didn't like it, I appreciate that. It's not always just about liking what you're doing, but you have to first acknowledge the why. So I appreciate that you might not like the exercise. Part of why I asked them to come up here was let's uncover the why. Let's figure out, and through honesty, right? What is really keeping us? Now, for you guys, as your peers or their peers listening in, it's important that you're listening in because you might be able to resonate with what one of them are saying. They were the bold ones that were able to raise their hand. They were the ones that we called in, but you're not just speaking for yourself. I can guarantee you there are at least 2, 3, 4, maybe a dozen people who feel the same way. They might not have raised their hand, right? And then we're going to go down the line. And so that honesty and that truth is important, but y'all listening in is as important because you could get valid information or something that can really resonate with you to help you get to that next level without having to put yourself up here. All right, so I appreciate the honesty. Thank you for sharing, Katie. Let's continue here.
Let's give it a hand.
Thank you so much. Let us know why you did that.
I'm just a shy, anxious person, so I'm just so nervous talking to people. I feel like I can't just people if somebody speaks to them. Like, if I'm not being spoken to, I'm just going to say to myself.
I love it. There are I don't mind having a conversation with this stranger, but they gotta approach me for that, right? Because I'm shy, I don't know how to start that. That's fair. Let me tell you.
What's your question? You plan on having a business one day, right?
Yes.
Right. So how would someone know about your business if you know, how would you know about you in your business?
I mean, what everything is to learn is every day to learn. So I'm trying to break out of that because I just feel like I'm a bubbly person once you get to know me, but you have to I'm trying to break out that shell. So right now, that's how I feel, but as time goes on, I'm trying to learn how to overcome that.
Okay.
So I'm able to be successful.
That's awesome. So you know that you have
When it comes to the state law, I'm very anxious with talking to people, especially kind of put on the spot. And but other than that, like you said, I'm very
to college? What year? 2 years? What are you going to pursue? Photography? Okay, are you doing anything now with photography? You can't work? So how do you do that? Now let me ask you something. When you were out on your camera taking random pictures, do people ever look at you and think you taking pictures? Yeah. And do you say anything to them?
If they ask me how much they need, then I tell them what I do and then
Do you feel that you would need your communication skills in photography? Yeah. So you're working on it? So we're going to help.
yes, honestly, I could actually say that being tied has helped get out of
No, wait, say that again.
I was gonna say that working with Ty has actually helped me get out of myself because I wouldn't be up here talking to people right now and telling them my stories. That would be a very, very, very big thanks to Ms. Nicole and Mr. Chris for helping me.
One is already here. This is my brother from another mother. We go way back, like 2 flats on the Cadillac. That's how we used to say it. Yeah. But Jeff Lorenzo, I'm not even going to tell you this story because I want him to tell you the extent of this story. How many of you here know Jeff? Some of you know. Right, so this is good. You see what you got to do with it? God of that done. Jeff is that man. And when you hear his story, not a one of you are going to be able to walk out here saying what you can't do. How you really feel. You can't make it. You don't know how to make it. You know, because when you think that you have it bad or you have it difficult, my mother used to teach me this years and years ago. Just when you think you have it bad, go look at somebody else because somebody has it just as worse as you and still making it happen. So don't ever think that where we are today in our situations and our struggle, not saying it's not real, not saying it's not a reality to you, but when you look sometimes at other individuals and see what they are left with to contend with, you won't complain as much as you complain. You know, sometimes you just need to look in other countries, other cities, other families, and just look for a minute. Just get outside of your comfort zone, get outside of you, and just start taking a trip into other people's situations, circumstances around them. And sometimes it would give you a joke or reality to say to yourself, you know what? I really don't have it as bad as I think I have. And I can do much better than I'm giving myself credit for. Because every one of you have great potential, you have great talent, you just not given the opportunity to bring it forward. And that's what T.A.G is all about, giving you the opportunity, giving you the tools, the resources, the information, and knowledge, so you can come forward in whatever area you believe that God has ordained for you to come forward with and the gifts and talent you have. So with that being said, let's give a warm, hearty T.A.G. family welcome.
Thank you. Really appreciate that. Before I even get started, before I even explain who I am and what I do and how I do it, the first thing I'm gonna need all of y'all to do for me is this, right? I'm gonna need y'all to help me with something, because it's something that I can't do, right? And at the end of the story, we're gonna find out we should never say what we can't do, right? So because I hear a lot of y'all always say y'all can't do something, What I want y'all all to do for me is what y'all think I can't do. Right? How many of y'all know what I can't do?
You said something.
Tell me what I can't do. Well, I can't walk. One of them said I can't walk. What else I can't do?
Get up. One way. Come on.
What else do y'all think I can't do? Right. What else?
I got one right here. You can't jump.
What else? Keep talking to me. What else? Somebody else. So now y'all know what right here, what I can't do. All right, what else? What else? Anybody else? So a lot of y'all said I can't walk, right? So the thing is this, right? Because I can't walk and because I can't stand up, I want everybody in here to stand up for me. I want y'all to be my legs for 5 minutes. Thank y'all for standing for me. Now, I want everybody to sit down and listen to the story. Listen to the story. Before I go into the story, I want all of y'all to know the reason why I make all of y'all stand up is because all of y'all take that for granted every day. Not one of y'all in this room will want to remain sick. I got shot when I was 13 years old. I've been in this wheelchair for 42 years, which means I haven't walked in 42 years. I haven't stood up in 42 years. So what I'm saying to y'all, stop taking standing and stop taking your legs for granted. So what happened to me was this. When I was 13 years old, one of my friends was in my house playing with a gun in his house. So it was the last day of school, June 25th, my mother told me to come straight home that day. But I decided I wasn't going to come straight home. I did what I decided I wanted to do. So instead of going straight home, I went to my friend's house to go ride a bike. Somebody said I can't ride a bike. But we're going to get to that. Everything y'all said I can't do, we're going to get to that in a minute. So I go to my friend's house, and he's sitting there, he comes out the room with a gun. He had a 22 caliber revolver. So he was standing there, and my brother was at the house, so he started playing with the gun. So I told him, my brother kept telling me to put the gun. So I said, nah, let me see the gun, because I was kind of fascinated with this gun, because I grew up in all over. I've been in the streets. I wanted to see what it was like to hold the gun. So when he handed me the gun, I thought the gun wasn't real, but when I felt the weight of the gun, and I realized the gun wasn't real. So I said to him, I gave him the gun back. So when I gave him the gun back, he stood a couple of feet from me and pointed the gun at me. So my brother was like, stop pointing the gun at him. As soon as my brother said that, I said, I felt the fire coming on my head, so I grabbed my head. And the bullet went underneath my arm. I saw it exploding, and it looked like the bullet was going to hit my head. So I grabbed my head. The bullet went under my arm on the ankle. So just to let y'all know how hot a bullet is, when the bullet went through my arm, it put a hole in my side, and it melted the hole that closed. So I'm sitting there back on the couch, and I'm looking to see if I was bleeding anywhere, and I realized there was no blood on me. So I started hitting my legs, and immediately my legs went numb. So it's like how you fall asleep on your hand and your arm, and it just feels like rubber. Like, so I'm hitting my legs, and I'm like, yo, you shot me. So he's like, Josh, stop playing. So when I went to get up, I couldn't move. So instantly, the bullet went in a nerve on my spine, and it just, like somebody just cut a switch over my legs. So at that point, I started losing my breath because what happened, I started breathing internally. So since the blood couldn't come out, the blood started filling up inside of my lungs. So both of my lungs started filling up with blood. I was on a fifth floor apartment building. So he grabbed me and he ran down the steps. He ran carrying me down the steps. When I got out to the street, he stopped the cab, but the cab wouldn't let me get in the car because he was carrying me. So I told the cab driver I broke my leg, so he would let me get in the cab. I was in the Bronx, 165th and Nelson, over in Hopkins. So we got in the cab, and when I got in the cab, I passed out. So he kept hitting me like, yo, wake up, wake up. And I kept passing out, coming back because my lungs were giving out, I couldn't breathe. I ended up making it to Lincoln Hospital on 149th Street. When I pulled up, the cab pulled up to Lincoln Hospital, I passed out completely, so they threw me on one of those operating tables, rushed me into the operating room, where they cut a hole in my side. Like a bullet, but they cut another hole, water hole, like the sound of the water hole in my side, so I pumped the blood out my lungs. So while they was pumping this blood out my lungs, I remember I heard my mother coming down the hallway in the hospital. Somebody had heard my mother, and she was screaming like, you know, somebody who shot my son. So on the way to the hospital, they was like, you know, you got this little snitching thing. So I was like, he was like, yeah, don't tell me. So when the cop asked me what happened, I told him somebody was shooting. I got hit outside. So they sent somebody out to look for the person that shot me. So then when my mother said, you know, they asked me where I was at. I said I was inside the building. I was outside. But my brother or my friend, one of them said I was inside the building. So the cop said to my mother, I think they know who shot him because the story not making sense. You know, one of them was saying he was outside, somebody said he in the building. So then my mother went to my brother and said, you know, who shot Jeff? So my brother said he did. So then the cops went over to my friend, so they locked him up. And then they asked my mother if she wanted to press charges, so we dropped the charges. So they ended up letting him go. And then they still locked him up for the gun charge. So then when we went to court, we never showed up in court because we told them we wanted to drop the case. And then the gun was registered, so they ended up letting him complete the gun charge. So now I'm in the hospital, and it was maybe 3 months later, and I'm still laying in the bed, can't move, can't do nothing but look at the ceiling. So I'm laying there trying to figure out, you know, like, how did I get here? What did I do in life that I deserve to be in this situation? And then I'm thinking I had just won my basketball championship, so I had trophies for basketball and stuff like that. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm laying in the bed just flashing back my life, and I'm thinking I'm only 13 years old, so I didn't even really get to live yet. And I'm thinking about all the things that I won't be able to do in life, all the things that I won't, like at that point I couldn't even sit up. So I'm thinking to myself, like, how am I going to go on? How am I going to do the rest of my life? And just lay there looking at the ceiling. And then I often think about when I hear people say to me, like, I can't do this, I can't do that. And then been in a situation where I really can't do it. You know, I can't even move. So now I'm laying there, and then I'm there for maybe 9 months. I'm laying in the hospital maybe 6 months, they took the bullet out, maybe 4 months later. And then when they took the bullet out, I thought I just couldn't walk because I couldn't get in my spine. They take the bullet out, and now I still can't walk. So every day, I'm like, and then my mother doesn't want to tell me that I'm not going to be able to walk because I'm already going through enough. So she feel like, let me go back on that information. So now I'm laying there thinking like, you know, I'm asking the doctor every day, like, when I'm walking out of here, like, I want to go back and get on the basketball team, I want to get back to what I was doing. So the doctor said to me, he said, listen, you know, we don't know, they want to talk to my mother, they take her in the hallway, this is 4 months later. They walk out in the hallway and they said, look, you know, we don't know if he's going to ever be able to sit up again. We don't know if he's going to, you know, he's definitely not going to walk again. So we think of some pamphlets, you can put him in a nursing home. So I looked at my mother and I'm thinking to myself, like, how did I just finish playing basketball a couple of hours ago, and then y'all are here 3 months later deciding if you will put me in a nursing home the rest of my life because I can't sit up. And then my mother looked at the doctor, handed her the pamphlet back, and she said, look, I'm taking my son home. I'll bring him back to see you when he get up. And I laid there maybe another 4 months, and then they finally released me from the hospital. Then when I got home, I went back to school, and then I went back to Sacred Heart, my junior high school. I graduated on honor roll. Get a clap it up. I graduated from Sacred Heart. So I ended up going to Cardinal Hayes. So when I came back to school, I was the only person in the wheelchair in my school, and I hear y'all say like y'all uncomfortable. There's no other way to explain how uncomfortable it is when you're the only person in a wheelchair in your school. And let's keep going with that, right? Look around you. I'm the only person in a wheelchair that's in the school. And then people tell me I'm uncomfortable. Well, I'm not uncomfortable with y'all. I'm never going to be uncomfortable because the thing is, in order to give respect, you give respect, and you make people respect you. And people, if you move a certain way, people will respect you a certain way. So the whole thing is, what I've learned, it's not what I can't do, it's what I can do. And when people say to me, but Jeff, you can't do this, you can't do that, what I say to myself is, anything that I'm confronted with, any challenges that I have, I don't never say I can't do it anymore. I say, how can I get it done? And everything that they said I couldn't do, I already did. And whoever stood up and said that I couldn't walk, I did that too. I sent you on a video too. It's a slogan that I always use, right? I can't walk, but I never miss a step. Remember that, right? And if you're ever in a situation where you feel like you're going through a lot of life, I want y'all to do what the rep said. Always play that back in your head when you think you have it bad, somebody else has it worse, right? And all of y'all got the use of your life, your legs, your arms, all of your limbs. So as long as I'm coming to tag, I don't ever want to hit none of y'all say what y'all can't do. I want y'all all to say, how can I do it? And if it's something you need, reach out to somebody else and help each other get what we need. When I was in the hospital, there was this little girl, she was 7 years old. And every morning I would be in the bed crying because I wanted to walk. And every morning she would come in the room and ask me, Jeff, stop crying. And she said, why are you crying? Wipe your eyes. 7 years old, I'm 13, she's 7. And I said to her, I'm crying because I want to walk. And she said, Jeff, when you think you have it bad, somebody else has it worse. She would say that to me every morning. Then she would sing this song to me called Ebony and Ivory, right? So one morning she didn't come in the room. So every morning she would come see me. So I asked the nurse, I'm like, where's the little girl? I said, where's my sister? The nurse just gave me that blank look, and she never answered me, and she walked out the room. So somebody else came in the room, and I said, tell Melissa to go get Melissa and bring her in here, because I told her, Melissa, I want to see her. So they came back, and somebody told me that she died that night because she had brain cancer. So from that day on, I never cried anymore because Melissa didn't want me to cry. And from that point on, I live my life with Melissa because I feel like she was that angel that came to lift me. And ever since then, I told her, always uplift other people. That's why I'm like, I want to lift y'all. I want to make sure that I can give y'all the story. I want y'all to understand the importance of not playing with guns. And it's so important that you see the damage that I endure from a gunshot. And that I'm in the streets every day, I'm everywhere. And all of y'all that don't know me, y'all gonna get to know me, and y'all gonna start seeing me from there on. Period. But the thing is, the message here is not me being in a wheelchair. There's so much more than being in this wheelchair. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm an author. I wrote a book called My Feet Off the Ground. Graduated from John Jay College. Graduated from Delphi University. So I say all these things. And because a lot of y'all say what I can't do,
Or private jet.
fight, right? But I fight right.
Oh no.
All right, I got a 3-year-old motorcycle. You all heard that term, never judge a book by its cover, right? So don't ever underestimate what's in front of you because you never know what that person is capable of doing, right? And don't ever let nobody ever underestimate you. And one of the things my mother always told me, never let somebody tell you what you can't do. Because anything you want to do, you can do it. It's just figuring out how to do it. So I want all of y'all to keep that in mind. Don't ever let nobody tell you what you can't do. If they telling you that that's what they can't do, that's not what you can do. Right. How many of y'all drive? Anybody driving? No drivers? All right, so what? You'll turn 18. I want everybody in here to put their driver's license because I got mine. And when I was 17 years old, I got real estate broker, and I bought 5 other properties. I got 5 cars, 5 also had a son while I was in the
Nasty. Listen, don't ask me anything you want to ask, and I'm going to answer anything you ask me, so that's about it. I grew up in Harlem, my home night street, the 27th and 8th, so if anybody from Harlem don't know, a lot of gangsters in Harlem, y'all watch American Gangster, a lot of people, I grew up in a lot of people, right? So, you know, originally, you know, when it first happened, of course, like, family was mad, came in the hospital, like, what we doing about that, so, you know, it's a natural reaction. But I forgave my friend from the start. I'm not a still kind of different. We still come to my house, still come to Thanksgiving dinners, holidays, Christmas, stuff like that. I think personally, one of my greatest skills, I say that because a lot of y'all, there's little things that y'all want to give people for. And that's something else I want y'all to work on. If you have an issue with your family, your parents, stuff like that, everybody got shit. Some people do things for different reasons, and sometimes hurt people. So some of your parents had trauma in their life growing up as a kid that they passed on to y'all. So one of the things I want y'all to do when y'all leave it, try to mend those relationships. Try to forgive the people in your life that hurt you.
And just understand, forgiveness does not mean that you let something go. Forgiveness means you let that burden on your heart. I think the hardest thing for me to adjust to really was, I think the hardest part was really forgetting who I was and the fact that because when you walk in and then you get shot and then all of a sudden you can't walk instantly, like it wasn't like I had time to prep for it, it wasn't like I had time to, get ready. It was like Monday at 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock I got shot, and then Monday at 1 o'clock I can't move nothing, right? So the hardest thing was like, man, I get out of the hospital and I'm coming back to my friends, I'm coming back to society, and it's like, how is society treat you, right? And then it was like, when I first got in the chair, I remember the first day I went back to school, and I was like, I gotta go to school. And I remember them sending a yellow bus, one yellow bus to the elevator on it, and they sent me the bus, and they took me to school. I get to school on the yellow bus, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I used to dress a lot, like, I'm like, you know what I mean? So I ain't really good with it. I really, like, it's awful. So when I got home that day, I told my mother, I said, look, I'm not going to school on the yellow bus. Because that's not just, it wasn't what I'm used to, not who I am. So I said, you know what? One of my friends, I spoke to one of my classmates that lived in my place, you know what? I get my help to drive us to school, and they drive us not pushing to school. So for a whole 4 years, 2 of my friends pushed me to school every day.
Wow.
So those are the friends of mine that I'm still friends with. One of them, I have a when I did my first real estate deal and I got a nice check, I said, I mailed over them a check. Just to let them know I appreciated what they did for me. And I still to this day, I got one of my friends we all still close. But what they did for me that meant the most is everywhere they went, they took me. So, like I hear about T.A.G, and there was a place called the Break and Rooftop, they were roller skating right there. So I would go roller skate with my friend, right? And then when I would get there, everybody would be like, why is he at this roller skate right in a wheelchair? But what started to happen was this. I refused to let people tell me what I should be. I refused to let people So I told him, I said, when I first came, he said that, and I called and said, I'm not going to pay for it, right? So I said, I'm not going to do it. I'm here at your house at 8 o'clock. If you ain't dressed, then that's how you going, and I'm going to be like to dress. So I said, I went and bought my outfit, got dressed, I was ready when we got there. Now, I'll never forget coming through that tunnel if you ever been in a car already. If you get off the elevator, there's a tunnel there, so it's like coming to the stadium, right? And I'm rolling through the tunnel, and I'm thinking, like, this is the first time I've really been outside again since I got shot. And I'm thinking to myself, like, how is this really going to play out? You know what I mean? It's not like the girls got dressed and say, oh, I'm going to go get the guy in the wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it in a hurry, right? So I get there, and I go through the tunnel, and I got, like, whatever the latest outfit was I had to on. I come through the tunnel, and then this one girl, she runs up on the chair, she just started dancing.
Free lap dance. You got a lap dance on the house. Oh, that's a wingman. That's a wingman.
But I mean, I got plenty of stories, right? So now one day I'm on the Redmond City bus, and I'm on the bus, so I see this girl, and I'm with my girl, right? Like, fill out, around, so I see her. I tell my friend, I said, yo, tell her that I want to meet her, right? So my friend goes up to the girl, and he's like, yo, my friend want to meet you. And she's like, your friend, who's your friend? Tell your friend that he want to meet me and he want to impress me that's standing out.
Oh.
So this is what I'm saying, right? This is what we do here. So my friend comes back and he's like, you don't have to what she said, right? And he just looked broken, like he was story, right? She said, not what she said. So he told me what she said. I was like, damn, like, oh, I said, all right. So I rolled over to her, right? And I said, yo, tell me what you told me. And she told me, right? I said, you know what? As much as that was hurting me inside, I said to her, you know what? I really respect that because you just gave me a reality that I needed. Everybody's not going to like me. Everybody's not going to be feeling the situation, right? I said, all right, that's good. I'm headed out this time, maybe a month later at a party. So that was my girl, long story short. Then I had my personal feelings, to be honest, because I was feeling some way about my face. And I just treated her like I deserved to be treated. Next question.
You ever feel the regret of you disobeying your mother's wishes feel like today?
That's a great question. Did y'all hear this question? He asked me if I ever regret not listening to my mother ending up in this wheelchair, right? Like, we talk about accountability, and I think it's so important that all of us hold ourselves accountable when we make mistakes, right? So, on one side of me, I definitely regret that because I can say if I would have listened to my mother, would have got shot, right? But on this journey, I'm still in conflict with the fact of do I want to walk again, of course, right? But me being honest with myself, I don't think I would have ever changed a lot that I had changed if I wasn't in the wheelchair. Y'all heard what I said? I have a great life, you know what I'm saying? And I don't regret being in this wheelchair because this wheelchair has become like a trophy of the journey and the struggles that I've been through. And I can't ever regret something that carries me everywhere I go. So I love my wheelchair like I love my people.
Sorry, like, not crazy, but
I'm not crazy. I just still feel like my legs is not. Nah, don't be quiet. I'm the right person. Listen, we doing what real person is. Because you know what? The more y'all know, the more y'all know how to deal with it. You'll see people with shit, right? But everybody has different situations, right? Depending on the nerve damage. Some people they get leg bags and they feel bags, you know what I mean? I don't have to wear that, right? So I'm just doing the right way. My legs are numb like go to sleep.
oh, so it just feels like that.
I feel like that.
Yeah, for sure.
He said, how was that conversation with my mom? Like first, she told me in the hospital. To be real with y'all, one day I was in the hospital and I was crying, and my mother said to me, she said, if you would have listened to me, you wouldn't be in this situation, right? So there's nobody to blame, and you've been crying for 3 months. So when you gonna stop crying? Because when you wake up tomorrow, you're gonna stay in this wheelchair. So I want you to stop crying, get in the wheelchair, act like it's a Rolls Royce, live your life. I've been doing that ever since. Yeah, I'm still friends with the guy that shot me. Yeah, I'm hang out a lot. He moved out of the city. When he was in the city, we hung out every day. He still comes to my family house for Thanksgiving. My whole family forgave him. My mother forgave him. My mother treated him like her son. So, I was 13 and he was 15. Right.
Yes. This is our last, one thing I got the mic, this is our last question, y'all. Is there like any other way for us?
Is there like any other way you cope with like the loss of like motor function in your legs?
To be honest, I forgot I was in a wheelchair. I do so much that I don't even think about it, to be honest. But, I mean, as far as coping, like when you first get in a wheelchair, you get shot or something like that, like, it's a process. So it's like a mental thing and a physical thing, because physically you lose the use of your leg. Mentally, you gotta wrap your head around, how do I go on? How do I live like this? How do I accept this, right? And I think with those friends that I keep talking about, they supported me so well that I never really, and I stayed so busy, that was really how I coped with it. Just staying so busy and constantly reminding myself that when you think you have it bad, somebody else has it worse. And I think being in the hospital and losing Melissa at 7 years old, I felt like I had so much more to think about, and I started thinking about what I had left and not what I lost. Because I think a lot of people can't get past this situation because they're constantly thinking, I can't do this, I can't do that. And when you train your brain not to do things, that's what who you become. Even like being depressed, you're gonna go through those dark nights, right? And that's the reason why I wrote my book, because I wanted to write a book that teach people how to cope, how to deal with darkness. And it's not just being in a wheelchair. Like, you have people in this room that's going through a lot right now that has those dark days, those dark nights. And any of y'all that's hidden in here with these dark nights, always feel like you can reach out to me. I can hold y'all my number. I'm on Instagram, shoot by Jalen Winter, y'all can look me up. Y'all can stay in touch. But if anybody in this room ever in a situation where you feel like you don't have nobody to talk to, you don't have nowhere to go, and you just feel like you want to give up, please reach out to me and let's have a conversation and let's get you back where you need to be. I love you all.
Lorenzo, the warmest thank you. And he means what he says when he says he is here for each and every one of you. So if y'all are serious about wanting someone to help walk you through whatever it is in life, he's also a lawyer. He's really well versed. Jeff is the person that you want to talk to. So thank you, Jeff. Now, super excited to welcome someone to the stage. Before I do, I would just like to acknowledge and recognize from the FDNY, our commissioner. I also want to just recognize and say a huge thank you to Assistant Deputy Commissioner T.A.G. In just our relationship and doing so much for us and for T.A.G family and And behind the scenes, you might not see him, but there are people who are helping move this oil, this machine. And so Jim James, on behalf of the whole T.A.G, NYPD family, we appreciate all that you do. He's another one. We're going to meet him. But without further ado, our guest of honor, New York City's very own FDNY Commissioner, Roy Thomas.
We're very loud. I actually don't really know how to follow that. That was so inspiring. I run off my speech. I want to echo something he said. I work in a building where a lot of tragic things happen, and also we as employees, we are like a family. We are very close. And there's a lot of darkness we face, whether it's on the job, it's in the job, or it's about being human and the struggles we go through. There's nothing you can't overcome when you face it, and there's nothing that someone next to you has not gone through. There's no secret you have that someone else doesn't have. So I really want to echo what he said. There's always someone there for you. So please reach out. Always, there's always a path forward, right? The ultimate inspiration. I feel like a hard problem. Is I really like to ask you guys to consider there are three really great things I'd love for you to know about my agency. One is that yes, it's a dangerous job. It's a job that we give training for, we give community for, we give support for. It is a job that you can do and you will be ready for if you choose to step forward and say that it interests you. Two, it is a job that offers something so valuable in modern life, which is to talk to friends and neighbors and feel good about what you do every day. Literally saying that you save lives. There's no amount of money in the world that can make up for that. But speaking of money, we believe in taking care of our own. NYPD offers good, convenient jobs. They are civil service protected. They eventually result in a six-figure salary. You choose to sign up and go through training and make it through your first few years. And we also take care of our people. We are there for you in good times and bad. We offer help. Support. It is truly a family that you will be joining. And finally, I want to ask you to consider being trailblazers. I don't think the secret of the fire department has been working on diversity, that we're not quite there yet, but that we do want to look at the city we serve. We have been making some strides. I am the first ever female fire commissioner. Black male leader of and we have increased our diversity by over 20% in the last decade, and so we know that we can do it, but part of doing that is for everyone that we serve to feel like they're part of our communities that organization has to consider a job as a first responder, consider a job as a firefighter. Right now, the filing is open until August 9th, so you have about a week. And I strongly encourage you, even if you're not sure if it's a yes, if it interests you even a little bit, even 1%, is the idea of following your passion, of serving your community, of helping others, of having a good, secure job for your city, interests you even a little bit, sign up. As soon as you sign up, we'll have your information. We're going to have firefighters come talk to you. They'll help you go through training and testing. You can find out in that period whether or not this is right for you. We want to make sure it's good. It requires you to sign up for that test first, and we'll be there for you to have those conversations with you. We also have one of our recruiters in the back here, so you also can ask any questions you need to. When I'm done just speaking up here, so you can. So I really hope that, if this interests you even a little bit, you will consider signing up and taking that test. If you want more information, we are join FDNY on every platform you can imagine. So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, there's a website for FDNY. So go to join FDNY tomorrow time. You can actually take that first step and sign up. We'll get you guys considered. With that, I will answer any questions.
My first question is, why is it easier for us to find information about
I can move on. I'm sorry, we got the mic
Why is it easier for us to find information about a fire than
They also have a recruitment website. I'm happy to share that as well. They do have recruitment periods as well. I'd say the one difference is because of state civil service law, we only get our tests every 4 years. They get theirs more often. So they're on a different cycle now. So the August 9th T.A.G action doesn't apply. But we're certainly happy to point you in that direction. I would also say that when we do have folks sign up, if we hire as many people as we can hire and we are out of additional space in the firefighting rank, we actually do offer everybody to sign up because we've shown interest in public safety, both the opportunity to sign up for FDNY-EMS, to sign up for corrections, and to sign up for NYPD. So if you sign up through us, we will also share that information.
well, I was talking more on a personal note, like, we had an assignment to research job, and we also had another assignment to research about the first deputy police commissioner, and it's a lot easier to find information about you than it was about her.
So I was the first deputy commissioner of the fire department for about 4 years. In that time I had that job, I was also not very Googleable. It is a behind the scenes job, I have to say. I kind of like being behind the scenes. I think she does too. I know her pretty well. She's phenomenal. So I think it's more the job. Your first deputy is kind of your behind the scenes, the person who does your administration. The commissioner is the face of the job. So they're the ones who go to speak, at churches on the weekends, we give speeches at graduation, give promotions, direct press conferences with the mayor. I will also say, I think part of my tenure has been sort of challenging some of the norms in my department, and there's some people who have very strong feelings about that. So if you Google me, you can probably see that a lot of it is maybe negative or attempts to be negative. That might be part of my legacy as well. I'd say it's part of the legacy of being a nurse. It is something that happens to a lot of women in leadership. I certainly hope that I can make that better for others and can guide them down that path. It certainly is tough enough to take it. Ever change anything. It's a simple question why people but she is phenomenal. She becomes commissioner one day and we will find her online as well.
And my second question was just, everyone is investing for to drive, will drive around in a black car.
No. Pretty much a commissioner thing.
Parts of the job.
My name is Anthony. From what I researched in California, was it a first one of the big town in California that was in the city, and what inspired you to New York and pursue this job in civil service? Because from what I also researched from University, remind me what pursued there, but ultimately, what was your inspiration for civil service in New York?
So I'll answer your first question first. It's actually more complicated. So I was born in California. My family is about 20 states and 3 countries, so there's no such thing as home. I don't consider California home. My grandmother, she was in Italy in World War II, and she moved to Flint, Michigan. That was what called her. She set up roots there and never left. My mom was from Flint to San Francisco, did the same thing. When I got my first job out of college, I sold my car and bought a one-way ticket to New York because I knew this was where I wanted to be. So this is home for me. But I don't just say that. New York is the love of my life. I really passionately mean that. I got to choose it. Not everybody gets to do their research. I've lived in almost every large city in America at some point in my life. So when I chose this one, I knew it was the right one. So for me, this is home. I never considered being anywhere else. For me, it was the energy, and I just kind of want to be where, everything's happening, right? So slow doesn't do it for me, which is probably why I ended up at the fire department. And why the fire department? For me, it was a very much an alternative path. I think you often find that with first. I didn't come up through the ranks. Most commissioners do not actually. It's an exactly job. So I came through learning to run big places and complicated projects. And the former mayor asked me to come over to FDNY and work on a bunch of complicated projects. They were really behind in some commercial technology that they needed for first responders, and they needed to run a recruitment campaign to get
diversifying the range. And both of those were considered challenging. And a lot of people thought that maybe the usual choice would be to say yes to that because FDNY is sort of known for people coming, friends and family, right? That they know the place before they even work there. But to me, it's a great place. And I actually always felt that about my career. You know the mission is right, and you know that the brand is good, you'll probably enjoy working there. And so I took that leap. Clearly, it worked out. We certainly would have never imagined that the commissioner still sort of worked with that. But that is how I got there. It is somewhat unusual. But I think, again, those first taking an unusual path. But I think it's good life advice no matter where you go. I hope you consider the FDNY, but even if you don't, going to a place where the mission feels good and the brand is a good one, it's probably never going to fail. You'll find a place or something important there. So within the first 5 years, you can make 6 figures, make over $100,000. So it's a very well paid job. I don't think that's really taken, but I think I was raised in a union household. I think it's very important that our jobs pay good wages that you can raise families on. And this one does. It pays a job, a wage that you can raise a family on. That's a great question. It's a 99% male workforce. So when people say something's male dominated, I often look at them and tell them how many men I work with, and they say, well, my really white male dominated is yours. I would say a couple things to women who have doubts. One, this is, if you're a woman and I ask you to consider being a firefighter, you are going to be a trailblazer. There's no way that's not true, right? And that comes with good and bad. Being a trailblazer can be stressful, you can be uncertain about how you feel. You're definitely going to often be the only woman. I am usually the only woman in the room. But the other great part about being a trailblazer is we don't get anywhere without somebody going through that trail, right? So I hope, at least for some of you, that that's inspiring. You can be that person to be the woman that makes a difference, to be the woman who is actually able to make it so the next woman behind you doesn't think it's unusual, doesn't find it as difficult. And I will also say, and I'm going to point her out that you just walked in, Lieutenant Tracy Lewis, my executive officer, who is a female. It's not a job that you're not able to do. So if any of you are thinking like you have to be 6'5" and 250 to do the job, not at all. That's not true of the men. This is actually a high stakes critical thinking job where we need lots of people of different sizes and strengths and skill sets. That's how we save lives. So when you go into a fire, you might need one tall guy, you might need one tall gal, you might need a shorter guy who's also a plumber, you might need somebody who's really strong, you might need someone with, super special medical skills that they got when they were EMS. That team that we put together at the firehouse, that's what makes it so that no matter what crazy, unusual thing comes across that 911 call, it is truly everything you can ever imagine and more. There are folks who know how to save lives no matter the situation. They're always making really high stakes critical thinking decisions, on their feet in the moment, and you never know what you're walking into. I think that imagine why we actually play with that job, right? Women, we juggle a lot, and it's no offense to our male counterparts who also do a lot, but I think that as a women, we tend to do it all, and we tend to know how to do 20 things at once, and we know, what it means and how to juggle our emotions, and our friends, and our family, and our lives, and our kids, and also work hard. So we definitely do it, and we can definitely talk to you about how to get trained up physically to be a firefighter, and how to talk to you about what life is like to be a firefighter. first time in my life that I don't have one, and that is going to be something that I really want to do. So I last 2 years in fire department, which has been truly the joy of my life, but it also means that my family has sacrificed a lot. I don't get to spend much time with them. So I promised them 1 month off before I make any decisions. But I promised to come back here and let you guys know what I decide to do. I would say it's not where I end up to be true. I love city government. I love giving back. I will somehow still be involved in the city government and helping first responders. I am on the board of a few foundations that I will start doing more frequently. And also I want to keep talking about women's rights to breaking glass ceilings. I can really give the practical help of talking to women as what it means to be at work. The challenges, the joys, the different complications along the way. So I can promise whatever I do, those two things will be involved.
Between the ages of 16 to like about 24. Two last questions before we let you go. One being, what do you think is the most important skill set at this age that they should be working on, in your opinion, professionally? And what do you think could be their potential downfall if they not tackle that at this age?
Great question. I think I go back to what we talked about at the beginning, where he left off, which is it's really about mental performance. No matter the job you have, whether you're an executive, a firefighter, working in an office, your biggest challenge is yourself. Always, you know. Sometimes your biggest hindrance is yourself, sometimes your biggest advocate is yourself. But you're only as good as you are on any given day. And I can certainly say that in this job, the higher up you get and the more scrutiny there is, the more little things, you know, I had a bad day the day before it has nothing to do with work. If I go in the office, everybody notices I'm in a bad mood. And then I sort of say, is it us? You know, is something happening we don't know about? Is someone sick? Is it something we don't know about? And so you really have to realize how you show up for other people, and that's what you. We're all human. We all make mistakes. We all face challenges. We all have doubts. You know, one thing I say to people is that when I come to these events, I know that I come, you know, with my hair done and my makeup done, and I'm dressed, and maybe it seems like this is easy for me. I was so shy in school. I almost got kicked out of school for refusing to speak to my teachers. I was so terrified to speak. Forget public speaking. I didn't want to speak to anyone else. And when I first got offered a job in the fire department, I actually turned it down because I said, I don't know how to speak in public. I'm not sure I can. So I would just say, I'm up for speaking. I'm quite comfortable. It has taken some time. But I want to remind people that, you know, anyone you see that maybe is 5 steps away from where you're going to be, maybe you're 10 years forward, and then maybe you're on TV and it looks easy, and you think, oh, they must have just been born with that skill. It is not true. It is never true. I've been lucky enough to talk to equals with them. Every single one of them will say that at some point they didn't think they could do it. At some point they didn't have that skill, or they started to work on it. At some point they didn't have confidence in themselves, and they had to work on that too, where they found someone who would boost them up. So I think I would really just encourage you, you know, to not use that external that, you know, people can look polished. You know, I didn't wake up like this, as Beyonce says. That is true of everyone in life, and to not let that intimidate you, and to really just start with yourself.
Commissioner, we are so thankful to you. We are thankful to you. Commissioner, I'd love if possible we can take a photo. Right, everyone just stand up where you are and kind of come on